Hello and welcome to this playthrough video for a button shy game, Mike Mullins' Pentaquark, a quantum state solo game. This game, Pentaquark, has been out of print for quite a while at Button Shy, but it's doing the playthrough for it because there is an up and coming Button Shy reprint campaign coming to Kickstarter on Tuesday, November the 19th. Okay, so look out for that. It will run for 12 days. It will end on Saturday, November the 30th. Button Shy very rarely reprint any of their games. Pentaquark first was kickstarted in September 2016, where it had over 1,100 original backers. After that campaign, and within this last 3 years, it's only been reprinted probably only once, only in a short run of like 250 games or so. So Button Shy rarely reprint games. So if you're looking to get any out of print Button Shy games, keep an eye out for this Kickstarter coming on the 19th of November. Two other games that are definitely going to be part of the Kickstarter are a game called Mint Julep and a game called Pickpockets. Now, as the campaign goes through, there will be stretch goals of this Button Shy game, and as each stretch goal is met, a new game will be added to the reprint run. Okay, and what game that is will be decided via surveys out to the backers, and new tiers will be added to the Kickstarter campaign. You'll be able to kickstart either 1, 2 or 3 games to start with, and then as stretch goals are achieved, you'll be able to change your pledge to update it to having all 4 games if you want to, or all 5 or 6, depending on how many games you get up to. Okay, so this is a bit of a cult game, solo game. Mike Mullins is a well-known solo game designer. He was also co-designer on the bottom of the 9th baseball game. He's also co-designer for the Button Shy games Twin Stars Series 1 and Series 2. He's co-designed other Button Shy games called Launch Time with his daughter Hannah. But mostly these days, Mike has been creating solo variants for other people's games. One of those games was Elizabeth Hargrave's Tussie, Mussie. Created the solo variant for that, the Flower Shop. And then also created the solo variant, or designed the solo expansion for the Button Shy game Anthelion by John Belushi, the expansion Solo Flare. So Mike creates great solo games, one of my favourite kind of solo designers. So we're going to play this game called Pentaquark. And so the setting for the game is some of the biggest questions in the world of science may be answered by studying quarks, the smallest of particles. The problem with trying to study quarks is that you can't find just one quark. You need to find them in groups called hadrons, or some other exotic particles like the pentaquark. In the game, you are lending science a helping hand by collecting the 5 quarks that form the pentaquark at the detector of a massive particle collider. Okay, so we're going to go through this game, play it through. You'll be able to see it here. Now, what we need to know is each of these cards. So it's an 18 card game. We have 3 Annihilate cards, which we'll come to as we get through the game. And we then have 15 kind of quark cards. Now, quarks come in 3 colours: red, green, blue. And they also come in 5 flavours, as it were. The charm quark, the bottom quark, the down quark, the strange quark, and the up quark. Okay, now each quark also has an anti-colour, an anti-quark. Now let's just address that. I am English, British. I do read this word or say this word as anti. If you're from North America, you probably say anti, but I would say anti. So this red up also on the flip side has the anti-red, anti-up, and all the cards are like that. So we've got the green strange is also got the anti-green, anti-strange on the other side, on the flip side. Okay, now what we are wanting to do is collect particular quarks that will make up the Pentaquark. Okay, so with Penta, we need 5 of them. Okay, and we're going to collect them here in this detector. So in the Pentaquark, we need 2 ups, we need a charm, we need a down, and we need an anti-charm. Okay, so we need 2 ups, a down, a charm, and an anti-charm. We also must have a red, a green, and a blue. So this wouldn't cut it. This isn't a Pentaquark. So we need a red. Let's have here we go, a red. So we've got a red, green, and a blue, and we've also got we need a colour, and it's anti-colour. So again, we've not got red, green, blue, so we need to you're gonna need one of these. There we go. So we've got a red, a green, a blue, a red and an anti-red, but we've also got our 2 ups, our down, our charm, and our anti-charm. There. Okay, so as we go through, we're going to need to collect up these, beam out our particles, and collect them into our detector. In the background, we're going to need to confine our quarks. You can confine a quark by having its colour or its anti-colour. Then it's pretty much safe. Or you can confine your quarks by collecting them as red, green, or blue, or anti-red, anti-green, anti-blue. Okay, so we're going to be confining, and confining our quarks is a key strategy of the game. So let's get going, and as we go through, we'll explain the Annihilate cards. Now obviously I've got this playmat here, but if you don't have the playmat, it quite clearly shows you your kind of fields of play here in the instructions. Also it tells you all about all the different phases, annihilations, as we'd guess, different annihilating examples of winning sets here, winning the game, also lose conditions. Okay, so you can lose the game if you were to discard or annihilate 2 up quarks, or 2 charm quarks, or 3 down quarks. You will lose the game automatically. So there is a lose condition as well as a win condition. So first off, we need to shuffle our cards. Generally, we also need to make sure that you don't have them all all as regular on one side and all antis the other side. So we need to, it's a good idea to flip some to make sure that that they're not all anti or all regular. There. Okay, so I generally try and cut the deck as well. So let's put them into our deck. So we have two phases at this point. So we have our beam phase where we deal out 3 cards. Now it's important not to flip them at this point. Okay, so we've dealt out a blue bottom, an anti-blue, anti-down, and a red charm. So downs and charms we are part of our win condition, so we're going to want to keep those or make sure we don't lose those. Bottoms aren't, but we kind of need the colours as well, so you need to be careful. So in the beam phase, we then have our collider phase, and in the collider phase you have to move one of the quarks up to the background, then 1 quark to the detector, and then 1 quark to the discard pile. Okay, so we are going to, in this case, the background is where the quarks are most at risk. The detector is where we want to keep our quarks, and that's where we can win, and that's fairly safe in the detector, and the discard pile is very safe, but obviously you can't use that card in your win condition. Okay, but anything in the discard will come back the next round and be beamed out again the next round. Okay, so in this case, this is the card we can most afford to lose, the blue bottom, so we're going to put it up in the background. We're going to, we can keep either one of these. We're probably going to keep the red. And you can also look into this window here, so we can see the next quark that's going to get beamed out. This is an anti-red, anti-down, which would confine this one really nicely if it was in my detector. So I'm going to put the red charm down in the detector, and we're going to discard the anti-down. Okay, so that's our collider phase done, and we're going to do our beam phase again. So we deal out our 3 quarks into our beam area here. So we are going to then, so the next collider phase. So you can see a blue coming up here. Now I want to keep these downs really, and this charm. But this charm could, if I was to then get another regular red, I could confine this charm up here in my background. I'm going to want to do this one down here to confine this red charm with this anti-red. So let's put the green charm up into the background. We'll put the anti-red down here and confine this charm down there. And then this anti-green, anti-down will discard. So we've got 2 anti-downs discarded. They'll come back as regular downs. So this time we've got our anti-blue, anti-strange, a blue charm, and a green strange. Oh, I've taken 2 cards there. So let's have a look. Now I could confine that bottom with that strange there. Do you really need to confine some of these up here? Let's what I think is I'm going to put this let's put this. Let's put this up here to confine it. For the moment, we're going to put this green strange down here, and then I'm going to put this in the discard. So we're going to beam again, blue up, green up, and a red up. Now I really need two of those green ups down in my detector, really. But also, though, the red can go up there, and I can confine it. That's jumping out at me. Is what I would want to do. Got an anti-green coming up here. So what I'm going to do is, put this up here. So I'm going to actually confine these. So these three now. Now any free quarks in the background at the end of the round when the beam deck runs out will be annihilated, and that means they're removed from the game completely. Okay, so that is in danger, but I'm not so worried about the strangers. Okay, I'm going to bring this green up down here into the detector, and I'm going to take this blue up. It's going to come back next round as an anti-up. It's going to go discarded. Okay, so I've got a anti-green, a red, and another anti-red. Okay, so I want that anti-green down here to confine this green. So going to end up getting rid of a couple of strangers, I think. So let's put this red anti-strange up here. Now I can't confine them because it's not the opposite colours. I'm going to put this anti-green down here to confine this up, and I'm going to put this red bottom into the discard pile. Okay, so that's my beam phases. I've ended the round, as it were. I've done all the beam phases and all the collider phases. I then get into this thing called the refresh phase. So in the refresh phase, we discard, first of all, we discard any free quarks in the detector. So obviously confined quarks in the detector stay in the detector. Okay. So anti-colour. Then we discard any confined quarks in the background. And then we annihilate any free quarks in the background. Okay, we then add an Annihilate card into our discard pile. We shuffle it up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Usually cut the deck, flip it over. Okay, and then we jump into our next round. So we got a blue down, an anti-red, anti-bottom, and an anti-red, anti-up. Okay. So here, now we've got this Annihilate card. Now when the Annihilate card comes out into our beam, we then have to annihilate any free quark, and if it's got a free anti-quark, they both get annihilated if they're both in the same area. And then we continue with the game. So that's why confining quarks is a real key strategy. So in this collider phase, I'm going to put my anti-bottom up here. I'm going to bring this down because I need that as an up, a regular up, not an anti-up. Okay, so if I put it in the discard pile next round, it's going to come back as an up. Okay, and I've already got an up down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this blue down into the detector, and actually I'm going to reconfine. So I've got an up, a down, and a charm in red, green, blue. Okay. So I now need an anti-charm and another up in the anti-charm colour. Okay, so I've got an up here. I'm not sure it's going to come back. Anyway, so this is going to get discarded. So I've got 2 free quarks here, but this blue, anti-blue, could come down and confine this anti-blue charm. Okay, and then if I got a blue up, I would then get the win condition. So, ooh, okay. So Annihilate. Here's my first Annihilate card. So I'm going to annihilate 1. So there's going to be 1 sacrificial lamb. It's going to be this anti-red, anti-bottom. Put the Annihilate card into the discard. So now I have to do a background, put 1 into the background, and 1 of the cards into the into my detector. So I'm going to lose one of the, well, unless I can confine it. I can't see an obvious way of confining it. I need another blue. Or so it's the wrong way unless it's going to, yeah, so I want the anti-charm. Which one of these is most valuable to me? So I've got a green anti-charm here. There must be another green up somewhere. So let's I'm going to put them up here. And the anti-charm here. Now we can confine these because they're all anti-colours. Anti-blue, anti-red, green, anti-red. Beam. So I'm going to now these ones.
Kind of needed that anti-red. It would have confined this one nicely with one of these anti-greens. Going to lose that blue up. It's going to be lost, definitely. So I need I think I'm going to, well, put the strange up here, definitely. Now I need to have going to put this into the detector. I'm going to rearrange my confinement there. That's now free. This is going to get discarded. Okay, so then we beam. This is a bad one, so it has to come into the background. I can't confine these guys, so they are all going to get annihilated in just a moment. So we discard any free quarks in the detector. Okay, so that gets discarded. These are safe. Discard any confined quarks in the background. These aren't confined. They're all free. Annihilate any free quarks in the background. Annihilated. Not doing so well. Got a lot of cards annihilated. That was a real bad round to annihilate 3 cards like that. So I really need that red up. That's gonna be the key to me winning, really. Cut the deck, flip it over. I didn't check for the lose condition. So I've got 1 up in there. Any more ups in my annihilation pile and I will be goner. Okay, so beam phase. Oh, annihilate. Okay, well, I have to annihilate that. And then there's nothing else to annihilate because everything's confined. So here we go. So that was actually a good deal for me because then I put this into the background and then I can bring this red up down here. So we should have my detector, so I've got up, up, down, charm, anti-charm, and I've got red, green, blue, colour, anti-colour. No, I've got it completely wrong. Oh no. So I haven't got the colour, anti-colour, have I? Here. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to have to I kind of need my down and my up to be the same colour, so I need this red back in the mix. This is going to be dodgy, so I'm going to keep these confined. I'm going to discard these. I'm going to split them up so they're all free again and send them back into the discard pile. This green bottom gets annihilated. Final annihilation card comes in. This isn't looking good. I need that red down and a charm and an anti-charm. I'm going to need to save 3. Okay, now in the lose condition, I've got a down in here and an up. Basically all my bottoms are gone and all my strangers. Here we go, annihilate, annihilate, annihilate. Oh no, so got to annihilate one of these two. Got another annihilation coming up. Think I've got to annihilate the blue charm, I think. The red anti-charm, it's up there, but I think I can't, not going to do it because I can annihilate that charm, but that's 2 charms gone. I can, if I annihilate the red down, I need the blue up, really. This game is lost. So if I annihilate the down, I can't make my Pentaquark. And if I annihilate the charm, I've got 2 charms in my annihilation pile. And I can't make that. So annihilate the charm, the green charm gets annihilated. I mean, that can go into there, but nothing to annihilate. Check the lose condition, 2 charms in my annihilation pile. And we lose. It's the lose condition. So, got so close, and that's the thing with Pentaquark, you can get so close to it. So that's playthrough for the Mike Mullins game Pentaquark. Coming to a Kickstarter near you November 19th. If you watching this video after November the 19th, then go to buttonshygames.com to find the reprinted Pentaquarks. Will be on that website and you'll be able to buy them there. But get in at the Kickstarter. Buttonshy always do cheaper. The games are cheaper to buy them as a Kickstarter. So Buttonshy, Pentaquark. Thanks for watching and have a great day.